Hi guys, so I'm going to share very quickly my reflection on how to design quality learning experience through HBL. So this will come in three parts. The first part will be a little bit theoretical, so bear with me if you like. Otherwise, you can skip to part two or part three. Okay, so three things to consider. But first and foremost, please consider the content. What must we teach, okay, to our students in the normal times? How do we teach our students the content in those normal times? And then with the aid of technology, okay, how can we tweak the content a little bit, the pedagogy a little bit, such that we derive to something new, which what we call e-pedagogy specific to PE. So my way is keep it simple, master just one or two. So I try to focus a lot on how to use SLS effectively. So three things from John Dewey. Firstly, in order for learning to take place, we must design for the learning experience carefully. We must allow for reflection on the experience. So in other words, we need to plan for the numerous way for students to have opportunities to respond during our lesson. How do we go about inculcating that desire to go on learning PE? Even when the teacher is absent face to face. So the motivation bit is important. We need to use our knowledge of self-determination theory to help design engaging lessons, to help them feel excited about doing what they need to do willingly. All right. Lastly, how do we get students to apply real problems? So we need to learn how to set the stage, yes, for them to learn optimally. All right. So remember, not all students want to be student athletes, but every student deserves the right to have the knowledge, the skill set, and the attitudes to learn or to value active and healthy living throughout their whole life. So focus on the opportunities when it comes to OTR. With technology, we now have a whole buffet of tools we can use, whole buffet of stimulus we can use, from videos, self-made videos, animated GIFs, so many things that we can use to excite our students. So bear in mind, not all stimulus is the same. Okay, so only you understand your students best. So pick the one that is appropriate for them. Now, for the first time, all our students have a voice. We can hear every single one of their responses. At the same time, we can provide individualized feedback for them. Thinking routines now, so easy. If you have been doing it during your normal lesson time, this is the perfect time to reinforce those routines using the interactive thinking tool on SLS. Motivation. So we need to have a strong understanding of autonomy, competence, and relatedness with respect to the self-determination theory. How do we make them feel competent? Okay, so if we are just going to go easy, do live lesson and be high on the relatedness, but bear in mind, not everybody can do what you want them to do. So their feeling of competence might be low. They feel embarrassed to do because they are not ready yet. So it can be quite dangerous to prescribe a singular activity for our students during HBL. Do they have autonomy? Perhaps not, because everything is prescribed by the teacher. So we need to be very careful. The issue of autonomous motivation versus controlled motivation, another important thing that guide how I do my design my lessons. And lastly, how can we seize the opportunity now to help students, to empower them to learn progressively to become self-directed learners. Lastly, for part one, the importance of designing for long term. We must have continuity in the learning. Every lesson, from lesson one to lesson five to lesson six or eight, needs to be linked. Okay, we need to progressively tap on their prior knowledge, aim for the ZPD, the zone of proximal development, so that they are continuously engaged, challenged, and so that they feel motivated to continue learning. We need to help students make connections. We need to strive for balance, because ultimately PA will be a subset of PE, but we must put in effort to emphasize the big E in physical education. Thank you.